Welcome to Lesson 3, Values. But what are values? In fact, they're so important. They're a central feature of any culture, which means that values shape cultural differences. So you need to understand what are values, what kind of values are there, and also, try to systemize cultures on a certain table, we can say it this way, in a certain grade. And here, one of the theories that suggests that there are 9 types of values and how you can, put cultures in different boxes. The first one is individualism versus collectivism. Well, as you can guess, individualism, so it's individual, the person who says I, so it's individualistic societies are focusing on the importance of self. And we'll talk more about it as well later during this course. And collectivism, societies with strong collectivism value relationships. They say we. And that's quite interesting because perhaps you could already say in which cultures where you can observe where relationships are important, where families are valued, ties, and which cultures perhaps colleagues, I is important. Their personal success, personal achievements. Anyways, we'll get back to it later. Hold on. The second one, it's about power distance. And with power distance, you can have low power distance and high power distance. So in high power distance cultures, you've got hierarchy. You can think about India, for example, where you've got social classes, castes. And if you're in a particular class, in this particular caste, you are limited to this level. It's very difficult to switch classes. While in low power distance, people are equal, meaning that if you're born in one class, you can gain your way to the next one. Doesn't matter. And, again, you can observe and you can tell which cultures exist one or the other. The next one, so there's uncertainty avoidance. And this uncertainty avoidance could be weak or could be strong. So in weak uncertainty avoidance cultures, people are rule breakers. They don't care what's going on. They are used to ambiguity, uncertainty. They are fine with oral agreements, there's communication, any agreements that are happening on the go, and they can bend the rules. They're fine with changes, while cultures with strong uncertainty avoidance are threatened by uncertainty. They are terrified of change. They have rigid beliefs. They want everything to be in order. They prefer written agreements. They're conservatives. Therefore, if you're working with colleagues, clients from such cultures, you can identify, this one needs a written agreement, and this one is fine with just words, and you can start a project. So it's important for you to learn to determine. Then there is a fourth value, which is orientation to time. There are also 2 types. There are future-oriented cultures, and then there are short-term oriented cultures. So those who are focusing on the future, ambitious, entrepreneurial, they are full of energy, they're visionaries. They're moving forward, indeed. But they may neglect the present, now. They're good with investment, saving, because they're thinking about the future. While the short-term, oriented cultures don't think about the future. They're like, no, the present, that's what's important. We are living here and now. And these people are risky. They can spend everything here and now. They don't save, they don't invest. But they can stop and smell roses and enjoy now, enjoy the presence, and then maybe think about the future. Again, who's right, who's wrong? I don't know. But again, if you've got people from both types, yes, cultures with both sides of this value, you need to adjust. Moving on. 5. Gender egalitarian cultures. Those cultures that got low egalitarian standards, well, typically have men with a lot of assertiveness. They are more assertive, and women are typically lower in the social class. And women may have not very good education, and only few women will be in like top management positions. While in high gender egalitarian cultures, we have a completely opposite situation where both genders are equal. Even like men learning to be more open about their emotions, and both genders can find themselves in top management. Well, this is also quite interesting, and you can think already about some cultures where you can observe it. While in cultures with low assertiveness, you have high gender egalitarian cultures, and also competition is considered to be a bad thing. And there you will find cooperation, people valuing relationships, teamwork, but definitely not personal success. It's more about social success. Well, team spirit. Again, observe, see what about your clients, what about your colleagues. Then there is a 7th one, and this is being and doing. Well, doing cultures, you may have seen it. Coming from Scotland, oh gosh, I haven't taken part in the program called Scotland Can Do. So, doing cultures, you've got this can-do attitude, entrepreneurial spirit. People believe that they're in control of their lives. They can do whatever they want in order to achieve their success, to realize their dream. This is doing. They're changing the world. Now, being, completely different species. They're thinking about world and life as it is, and they're trying to understand it. They're not trying to change the world. Instead, they're trying to fit in, they try to understand, and maybe change themselves. That's about being, appreciating what they're seeing, where they're living. Again, think which cultures demonstrate this approach. The next one is about, well, human orientation, what it means. Well, some cultures demonstrate this strong human orientation, and they believe that everyone is important. It means that people are opening to help others. Altruism is thriving in such cultures. Well, they're celebrating everybody. While in cultures with low or weak human orientation, societies believe that self is important, one person is important. And in such cultures, you won't see generations helping other generations. You will definitely see people being independent in their families and probably not helping each other. Again, there are advantages and disadvantages. There is no right or wrong. You just choose what fits you. And the last but not least is indulgence and restraint. In some cultures, the indulgence, pleasure, is considered to be great. And if you are looking for joy, that's wonderful. Pleasure, that's on the top. But in some cultures, they're more restrictive about it. They believe that pleasure must be earned. So you can't just be full of joy in the middle of the day. You must work hard and earn it. Well, those are all 9 values. And it's very important here not to fall in the trap of stereotyping, because you can't judge all the people just by representative just like small group of representatives, because indeed, every group can't be homogeneous. There will be exceptions, there will be tendencies, there will be trends. But these stereotypes are good for introduction, it's like your beacons to navigate your cultural differences. And that's our lesson 3. See you at lesson 4.